Is very happy that I met you. So because of you, you have actually guided me all the way from step 1, step 2 and step 3.
Today I'm very excited that I have Wilson from Rezt+Relax to share his experience when he's applying a mortgage loan. What's so interesting about Wilson property loan application is that through the process, he's not just applying housing loan, he was actually applying a construction loan after he have secured the mortgage loan. So it's a bit more interesting because most customers in the market, if you want to find out about rebuilding and how AMA works or what's the cost, sometimes in terms of the loan structure, that's where in this video, Wilson will actually share his experience on engaging us to help him to secure the mortgage loan as well as the construction loan. So Wilson, maybe you can share with us your experience when you're engaging a mortgage broker. I also believe that you do have bankers contact as well because you are actually in the interior design trade. So maybe you can share with us your experience when comparing using a banker versus a mortgage broker.
I think the most important thing, right, before I actually thought that this journey will be very smooth. So to me, right, I think that to get, as long our finance statement is strong and history is okay, I think should be quite okay. But I think after I tried, right, actually think it's not so smooth. I think there's a lot of rule and regulation have changed on the way. So I think that it's good that someone can advise me. So you see, I think to buy a landed to rebuild, right, the most important thing, first thing is to do is to understand the rule and the step. Yeah, I think it's very happy that I met you. So because of you, you have actually guided me all the way from step 1, step 2 and step 3. Because I don't only own one property, you see, so I also own some like a commercial property.
Yes.
So I noticed that, to have a construction loan, then there's a lot of question the bank will want to ask. Example, yes. This commercial properties with who you own how many percent. Wow, this is actually a very headache thing for me. Okay. I need to go and ask so many information.
Okay. Yeah. Wilson, do you still recall? Actually, the first time I met you, right, yes, was not doing your landed.
Yes. I think also I do a decoupling from you also, right?
No, it should be way before. I think back in 2012-13. I'm not sure if you still recall, you bought a commercial property at Alexandra Central.
Oh, yes.
So that was my first contact. I came to your office at Ubi to sign the commercial property loan.
Yes. Right, that's the first time.
Wow, that's very long back.
So I think the most important thing is I get a lot of updated info from you. Right, to be very frank, I actually have go through also a lot of place to look for this service like banker this and that. But I think that you are more detailed and understand the rule and regulation. I think because to me, right, to rebuild to take the construction loan, I thought it's like car loan It should be very easy Yeah. You just show income tax, then the rest of thing will just automatically approve. But I think that for this rebuild is not a simple process. So I think that I'm glad that I met you, right? So you have actually guide me all the way and give me the right direction. I think the most important thing is to guide me to look for the right person. Like example, we need to show something to like rebuild. We need to get architect to sign the document. Then we show to the bank. Then the bank will approve the amount. So the whole process, I think, is quite not easy. Okay. Not easy.
Do you remember what's the most challenging when back then we was doing your? I think first was your housing loan was quite fast because it's quite a normal process. But I think it's when we are going into the construction loan, that is where the process actually start to accumulate, and there was a lot of ding and dong. And if you recall back then when I told you, Wilson, when you want to apply the construction, you must be patient. Yes. I keep emphasizing patience. So now when we look back on the whole journey, do you recall why at the start I mentioned you need to be patient?
So now, because I'm actually in the interior industry, you see. So when a customer, when they actually have a bank loan, right, it's straightforward. Once everything is approved, then the bank will submit the check to us. Either it's 3 payment or 1 payment. Yeah. So to me, I thought that so rebuilding is roughly the same. So now I know why it keep on tell me patient, because there's so many paperwork to do.
Yes.
All right, the architect must sign, my builder must sign, then we need to send to the bank, then the bank will go and see, and also the bank will come to the site and take a look how many % we done up, you know. So when this whole thing, right, you combine together, right, it might be take further, you know, the time will be longer. Yes. As you know, because we try not to, you know, I mean, you know, because contractor is like that, you have to pay them, then they will work. So this will be some like a bit difficult position because you must pay them, then they must work. But in the bank direction is the bank must see a certain, yeah. So this part is a bit like yeah, a bit difficult. Yeah, so I think I'm lucky that my main con are understanding. So the whole journey will be is very smooth lah. Okay. Yes, correct. So now I know why you keep on saying. I think almost every 2-3 months you tell me, okay, Wilson, be patient not so fast one The bank will ask A, B, C, D, E, F, G like that.
yes.
So I think So now I know why you keep on actually remind me on that. Yeah.
So if you are a homeowner which you are looking to buy a lender and to rebuild, so rebuilding process, it sounds very simple, but there are actually a lot of steps we need to prepare in terms of what need to be done before and after, even after you gotten a loan approved, when you want to disperse the loan. That is actually the most intense one. Yeah, because applying loan is just to fulfill the criteria from the banks. But what is more crucial is when you want to disperse the construction loan, that is where I think we basically per day we kind of engage a few times, say, hey Wilson, the banks need these documents. After that, you need to get your architect or your engineer PE to certify the documents, or some documents from URA or from any government body to make sure that all documents are in place before the banks disperse the first loan. So I think the coordination part is one of the more tedious, I would say. Yeah.
So I think that the whole journey, right, there's two parts is the most tedious. The first is start. The second is TOP, because after TOP, then I can get the last payment from the bank. All right. So I think also, as me, right, I'm not a very figure person. So I'm not very sure about, anyway I failed my max when I was PSLE. So to me, right, how many percent, what symbol here, symbol there, I really catch no ball. Alright, so I think that luckily you guide me, you know, okay, listen, this year the symbol is that, how many percent, that, then you also advise me to shift bank, to like right time, then, okay, now is the right time, you just shift the bank and this and that. So I think that to me, right, you're not only just to help me to approve the bank loan, but I think the whole finance of the property, right, is on your hand. So as you know, I have also some like commercial property. So I think that on your position, right, you're not only like helping me to approve the bank loan, but you also will let me know that like 时间到hey Wilson, this property refinance, then refinance, then go. As you know, my age is almost 50 already. So also I think that thankful that you tell me that on my age, right, how many years I can loan. How many more years I can take, you know, and how to, you know, I mean, to me, right, of course, if can drag the year will be good lah. I wish that I can go back to 28 years old, so I can.
One of the important thing over here is that because for new purchase, we can only loan up to age 65. So example, if you are 45 years old, back then is like maybe 20 years. So what we did for your case is that closer to the TOP, when you wanted to get your TOP cert for your landed property, we did a refinance. So that was a so-called game changer as well for a lot of customers who don't know, right, is that when you do a refinancing, it's up to age 75. So technically, back then when we took a mortgage loan, maybe it's 20 years, example, you're age 45, but when you do a refinance, okay, it's up to age 75. So technically, instead of 25 years, you can stretch up to age 75 or max 35 years, whichever is lower. So that's where we manage in terms of your monthly installment cash flow. Your monthly installment, maybe initially it's 10K, but when we do refinance, it came down to example, maybe 7K.
So no wonder after refinance, right, I see the statement like, got dropped a bit leh. So I think this is all very important thing, because before I know you, right, no one give me advice, no one tell me when should I like refinance or this and that, you see. And of course, no one update me what is the so-called Singapore property loan percent, this percent interest rate, this updated. So now I know you are very safe lah. I don't care what happened. I just need you to tell me every 3 months, 6 months. Hey, Kenneth, how bank got any new percent or any new interest rate? So I think it's good that you help me to settle all this part.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can focus on my job. Then I don't worry about I don't worry about sometimes I miss out the percentage because I'm not like I mentioned, I'm not a calculation. I'm very bad lah. So sometimes people will tell me, hey Wilson, now this percent how much money you can change this, change that. Actually, I quite blur one.
So maybe Wilson, you can share with us what was your experience, because before coming to us, you also purchased properties and you have engaged banker before. So what do you think is the main difference when you talk to a banker versus a mortgage broker like us?
Okay, I think mortgage broker and bank, the most important thing different is, I think, to engage people like you, right? You will maybe point me some gray area that I never see. Yeah, so I think this gray area is very important to actually, like example, hey, you have some car loan.
Yes.
Like, I don't know that, a car loan will like make my loan so theories. I don't know ma.
So your gray area is like looking in a bit more in depth on your liabilities. Like what are things we need to take note? If you have car loan, should you pay off so that your debt reduce and you can actually get a higher loan amount?
Yes, correct. So I think this is the most important thing that that you actually advise us. Not only the loan approved, but the journey when we actually have some difficulty, then you will guide us. I think this is very important. Yeah, on that. So this is the difference between you and others. I'm not saying that banker is no good, but maybe it's not so detailed to that extent. The in-depth on that lah. Yeah.
But how will you rate our services?
Okay, if you tell me, right, of course, 10 upon 10 lah. You know why? You know why 10 upon 10? No? Because of you, my loan have approved. So of course, journey there's some hookup, maybe timing, maybe this, but that is, I think, quite general. But I think the most important is from day one, you start to help me to plan, and I started to get my first reconstruct loan, and the TOP also important. Yeah, because you keep on like remind me, hey Wilson, the TOP have to be on this date lah, try not to over this date lah, So you always tell me, advise me.
Engage with you and updating you what's going on.
So I think your survey is not like loan approved, then that's it. I think you still help me to follow up, like, hey, now this one, the loan like that, you must, this date hopefully can TOP. Then that's why you remind me, I actually remind my main con, ask them to like,
make sure it's in time.
Speed up a bit on that, yeah. So like I mentioned, with you, with me, I actually don't worry about the percentage and the loan thing. All I need to do is, okay, my income like that. So normally when we buy a house, right, we want to like have a pre-con, like example, okay, my income like that, I got this, I got that. How much loan I can
secure?
Yeah, so you're like my
advisor
lah, 军师 lah. I just throw my income tax to you. Okay, can you 帮我看一下? Then you will say, okay, you got this property, that property, you got car, you got that. Okay, after minus all, you left like that only. Then if you want to buy another house, you have to be like that. Then like that how? Then you.
So it's about structuring before even you purchase, in terms of like what need to be done, your commitment, managing, sorting out all this.
Because before I become an investor, right, I always thought that I need a lot of cash on my hand. Everything must a lot lah. But after I know you, then you help me to like restructure, help me to yes. Then like example, a car loan can cost me the bank like reduce my loan so many. Wow, I thought one car loan can one. If I know I don't
take a car loan.
I put my son name better. No example lah, Yeah. So I think because of this, right, then a lot of things you have guide me lah. So that's why I'm very thankful.
Okay. What would be something you'd like to share with the audience today? That what's your what do you think that we have value at you the most comparing to maybe a banker's, or maybe what's your most takeaway when you engage us over at KeyQuest Mortgage that you think that thankfully for us actually everything went smooth? One very critical thing that you think is the most important to you that we really solve for you, or you really appreciate what we have done for you?
Okay, I think the most important thing is, right, you actually handle it with care and more detail. I think that is important. Like I mentioned, before I bought this property, right, I have to make sure that what is the amount that can be approved.
Yes.
Sometimes, you know, we worry, we thought that we can, but after that actually cannot. So I think you go more extra mile and you go more detail, and you give me the confidence that, listen, okay, if your income is like that, okay, I can be very sure that you can bought something like that. So I think this is important that you ensure me that after I buy this house, right, I don't need to face extra problem. Okay. I think that is important. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Wilson, for joining us for today's interview session. If you think the video is useful for you and you have a better idea when you're buying a landed property, you are doing rebuilding, hit on the like button, subscribe. We will have more upcoming videos. We share tips and advice on mortgage loan. Okay, thank you, Wilson, once again for your time.